Yeah, these alleged members of the Crips, 10 of them are accused of 10 murders and a number of shootings. The U.S. Attorney announced Wednesday indictments on 10 alleged members of the Eight Tray Gangsta Crips, all now in custody, who investigators say are responsible for more than a decade of crime in Baltimore City. The FBI said the ETG, led by Trayvon Hall, terrorized the neighborhoods in which they operated.
One of the defendants said that the people who lived in one of the neighborhoods were too scared to come outside anymore. We cannot and must not accept this.
Feds say the ETGCrips controlled the drug trade in at least 3 parts of their city. Their headquarters at Baltimore and Hilton, on the other side of town at Sinclair and Frankford, and here near Poe Homes at Lexington and Fremont, where one of the murders in the indictment happened. In 2016, federal authorities say they opened fire on a rival gang, Shaheem Brown, and wounding 2 others. The ETG.
10 alleged members of the Eight Tray Gangsta Crips, a violent gang operating in Baltimore, have been indicted by a federal grand jury on charges that include racketeering, drug conspiracies, deletions, assaults, robbery, witness intimidation, and related firearm offenses. Of the 10, 6 were arrested following the unsealing of the indictment, while 4 were already in custody. The Eight Tray Gangsta ETGCrips, a subset of the larger Crip gang, operated both on the streets of Baltimore and in Maryland correctional facilities. The gang controlled the drug trade in several areas of the city, including the Baltimore Hilton neighborhood near West Baltimore and South Hilton Streets, the Lexington Terrace neighborhood near West Lexington Street and North Fremont Avenue, and the Frankford Sinclair neighborhood in North Baltimore. These areas became strongholds for the gang, where they engaged in violent activities to maintain control and intimidate rivals. Jennifer C. Boone, special agent in charge of the FBI's Baltimore field office, highlighted the gang's tactics, stating, "Members of the ETGCrips used violence as their calling card, flooding the streets with fear while trying to tear down our neighborhoods. We cannot let them get away with it." Originating in Los Angeles in the 1970s, the ETGCrips eventually expanded across the country, reaching Maryland in the 2000s. In Baltimore, 2 factions of the gang emerged, the Back West ETGCrips and the Nutty North Side ETGCrips. The 12-count indictment alleges that from at least 2008, the defendants participated in a racketeering conspiracy linked to their gang activities. Trayvon Hall, referred to as a G in the gang, was identified as the acting leader of the Back West ETGCrips in Baltimore. In 2013, Hall flew to California to seek approval from West Coast leaders to officially establish the Back West ETGCrips set in Baltimore. The indictment details how the ETGCrips operated street-level drug distribution shops in Baltimore. Non-members who attempted to sell drugs in their territory were met with violence from ETGCrips members. Their primary drug shops were located in their strongholds of the Baltimore Hilton, Lexington Terrace, and Frankford Sinclair neighborhoods. The gang frequently used social media to stake claims to their territories and to intimidate rivals. They posted photographs and rap videos flaunting firearms and threatening to delete anyone who stood in their way. According to the indictment, in 2016, the ETGCrips conspired to delete members of the rival Black Guerrilla Family BGF gang, which controlled a rival drug shop in the Lexington Terrace neighborhood. In June 2016, the gang attempted to delete 2 BGF members but mistakenly shot 2 other individuals. In July of that year, Hall allegedly deleted BGF member Albert Pittman, followed by another deletion of BGF member Shaheem Brown in November 2016, where 2 others were wounded in the attack. The indictment further claims that Hall boasted about the deletions in text messages to an unindicted co-conspirator, stating that he had juice-bashed the monkeys. Additionally, the ETGCrips were involved in a conspiracy to delete members of the Abington Avenue drug trafficking organization between 2017 and 2019, during which time 2 members of the organization were allegedly deleted by ETGCrips members. Throughout their operations, the gang used fear and violence to maintain control over their territories, often silencing witnesses who could testify against them. Attorney Herr explained, the ETGCrips defended their turf, meaning they didn't let anyone else sell drugs in their territories. Boone further emphasized the gang's impact on the community, stating, "One of the defendants said that the people who lived in one of the neighborhoods were too scared to come outside."